Welcome back to Be More, the podcast. I already know what you're thinking. What is Be More, Kayla? You've been introducing this podcast as K-Marie TV. Well, let me circle back for a minute. I originally created this podcast about 2 years ago. I had a lot of episodes drafted out, name, title, cover out, etc. I just didn't do it. So now I'm here doing it, and when I was making my first episode, I was like, Be More. No, that's not aligned anymore. That's the old Kayla. This is a new version. But as I was continuing editing and making my second video, I realized I wanted to keep the name Be More. And I wanted to reintroduce the podcast. Nothing has changed but the name. Be More is on a mission to create a community that inspires, reimagines, and reflects on the evolving world. Really, the vision of this podcast is to connect humanity and culture with our shared experiences and breaking generational curses. So nothing has changed, guys, just the name. And then I want to also share Be More's values as a formal introduction for Be More and the work I have created in the background. I don't want it to go unnoticed. So again, I'll be that wellness buddy. We take mental and physical health very seriously. Accountability buddy, more honesty, more social advocates, no room for not using your voice that you have. Culture creators, curse breakers, and trendsetters. That's a little bit about Be More, the podcast, but you already knew that. I know you knew that already. Mental health check-in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Today is Thursday for me, and this week has been long. I'm high-key over this week, really ready for this week to be done with. Mentally, I feel like I'm on autopilot, but yet still trying to feel my emotions. And that has been a drag and pull type of game for me. Really, I've been just kind of still in my hibernation mode and really trying to express myself more creatively. I feel like my dreams have been more vivid, and that's really ultimately telling me what I need to do in life. So that's been really fun. I've been tapping back into my favorite things, which is to create digitally, using my voice in terms of writing. So it's been fun trying to refine myself in 2025, but also just, staying true, working. Work has been really good. I've been making headway with a lot of initiatives I've been activating, and it's been fun. So that's kind of what I want to gear into this devil's advocate segment, but also the topic for today's episode. Quick devil's advocate, guys: entrepreneurship or corporate America? Y'all, this is a hot topic, if I'm being honest. Especially in Atlanta, I feel like there's so much entrepreneurship around me, which is so exciting. I'd want to say, if corporate America, what's in it for me? I need to work for myself, make my own money, and be on my own schedule. So that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people go into entrepreneurship. They find working for themselves, making their own decisions, not only gives them that clarity and that freedom to live their life how they want to, they also are aligned with the mission that they're doing, right? They're not working for someone else and not really aligned for the mission, not only there just for a paycheck. So a lot of people do entrepreneurship for a lot of reasons, but that's the main reasons I've seen. But also trying to fix a problem that they see in the world that corporate America usually isn't trying to fix. But side two argues that corporate America allows you to have steady, fast growth in terms of experience, stability in terms of income, but also networking experiences can be on entrepreneurship as well, but more pathways to learn more through testing different roles, learning what you like and don't like through another business who's going to take on that risk. In addition to that, corporate America does give you a lot of benefits in terms of insurance, in terms of programs that they may offer, tuition help, etc., etc. Not saying that's not doable within entrepreneurship, i.e., there's grants available for individuals. However, it might be a little bit more than logging into that 9 to 5. But what are your thoughts? Are you trying to be an entrepreneur one day? Do you like the steady income of corporate America? It's kind of a hot topic, especially within our generation. We feel like there's a need for us to stop what we're doing. College not the way. Let me go find the business I need to create and make my own money. But then again, sometimes I'm really a great worker. You know what I mean? I'm really good at helping a business thrive versus me creating those ideas. So what are your thoughts? I'm curious. So that brings me into this next segment of the episode, and it's techniques to really level up your career this 2025. I feel quite qualified to talk about this topic given in my lower half of my 20s, I am a marketing manager at a tech company here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm doing very well for myself. I've been speaking at conferences, I have a steady income, I'm inspiring other people, I am actively getting recruited for other positions, if I'm being honest. And I really want to share techniques that really helped me take my career to the next level at a fast pace. And a lot of people really don't, I don't want to say they don't agree, but don't want to take the initiatives that I'm saying. However, I really think they're non-negotiables because if you want to thrive in your career, if you want to take it up a notch and not just be a worker, you don't know how to, get what you want out of a role, these techniques will help you gain that clarity, but also help others notice you and help you really evaluate, is this career path the one I want to take? And if not, what have I learned and what do I need to take? Actionable items to get where I want in my career. So let's talk about it. Number one, and this can be added to your personal life too, but this has definitely helped to me in terms of my workflows. Another transparent moment, have only worked remote jobs. That is a blessing in disguise, has its trials and tribulations, but I know a lot of people do not like going into the office. So I have been spoiled within my short career in terms of all my jobs have been remote. So with that being said, I time block like a dude. Time blocking is everything, and everything is an event on my calendar. If it's not in the calendar, I literally don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know how to act. So for example, if I need to create a report on performance, that's going in my calendar as a 2-hour event. That just gives me the time to do the event. It allows people to know I'm going to be busy during that time, what I'm busy doing, making a report. And really, when I started time blocking, it was really hard for me because I would not get the work I need to get done within that time period. And I would get extremely frustrated. But what I've learned is that my calendar is really the roughest draft of my to-do list of what I need to do. My day never ending in terms of tasks that need to be done, to-dos that need to be done, but having that rough draft allows me to get it started, which is really great. And it allows, let's say, for example, you're just getting bombarded with work, you don't know what to do. Hey, I have all this on my calendar and I need to prioritize this and this, and that's why it's at the top. You tell me how I can prioritize my time better. My time blocking allows me to communicate more effectively in terms of my workflow and know my bandwidth. And when someone says bandwidth, I know corporate jargon is a lot, but bandwidth is essentially the width of the work you can handle within yourself. Think of it maybe like on a scale to 1 to 10. My bandwidth is at a 10. I can't even breathe anymore. Like, I don't have any more work. I need your help taking some work off my flow. You really should never want to be at a 10. It's not productive. I'd say something healthy is probably a 7 or 8. And let's say, oh, my bandwidth's at a 2. Give me some work. I'm over here bored. Like, I'm over here not being more productive with my time. My bandwidth is light. So that is kind of what people say what it means. But yeah, you really want to share your bandwidth. I think that's super important and transparent among colleagues. And then the second technique that has really helped me, and I don't know if this is really specific for my industry, which is marketing, I'd say it applies to like communications as well, perhaps I don't know, maybe like an engineer or like a geologist, I don't know, but a reporting cadence if anyone else has to create reports or just look back at what they are doing. But I had to create a reporting cadence for myself because in terms of strategy, in terms of what I wanted to do next, in terms of really evaluating my own progress, right? I had to like take some time out of the month, take some time out of each week and just check in to see what my numbers are, check in to see how I feel, check in to see, the progress I've made in terms of, am I being active within my company's, let's say, events? When have I last volunteered and used my volunteered hours? When have I last, attended a lunch with my colleagues, etc.? So creating that reporting checking cadence really allows me to be more accountable with my work, but also with my career. Even like LinkedIn, for example, right? Am I being active on LinkedIn in a timely manner? So that really allows me to take my career to the next level because it holds me so accountable. The next technique that has really changed the game, I think this is my most recommended technique, is taking time for a strategy creative brainstorm session. Hear me out. Again, I am a creative person and I love what I do, but if I am stacked with tasks, I don't know if you can see me on camera right now, but I just get I get closed in and I get tight, and it's like I don't have the ability to use my creative mind. My mind can go if it's allowed and if it's given the time. Creating dedicated time to brainstorm has been so valuable. So what I do is maybe like a midpoint check-in in the week, or sometimes it's bi-weekly. I'll set a 30 to 40-minute do not disturb brainstorm session. I'll take that time, write out ideas that I've been thinking about, really just put the pen to paper or Google Doc in terms of what I've been thinking, and it really allows me to think of new ideas, optimization in terms of making things better within my workflow, but hey, maybe even in my campaigns, but also create new resources, whether that's an email template, whether that's podcast. Literally just taking those brainstorm sessions within my life has changed the game. And then something unique I started doing too is inviting people to those brainstorm sessions. So, if I have a direct colleague that I work with on a day to day and we're always on our to do list, hey, let's take some time this week and just talk about what we're doing and how we can make it better. Hey, let's take some time and perhaps create Atlanta traffic. Thank you. But anyways, just taking a colleague to the side to say, hey, let's take a few minutes to see how we can automate the time or what we're doing this way. Maybe perhaps we could find a new way to do it. What I found inviting colleagues to those brainstorm sessions have really been helpful, but also creates better relations within my colleagues. And that goes into my next technique that is another game changer in terms of my career progression: partner and colleague relations. I love collaboration. My main role is partner relationships, and that requires a lot of collaboration. But even outside of those, my day to day with other colleagues, I found it extremely, extremely helpful. I forgot the creator I got this advice from, but it was on TikTok. In your first week at a new job, let's say, for example, go meet people outside of your department. One thing I learned in my corporate entrepreneurship class in school was you want other people in other departments to see your value, right? And it doesn't have to be even related to his or your role at the company, but creating that meaningful relationship with colleagues outside of your team can take you so far, no exaggeration, because now you have advocates. You have people that know you. Partnership marketing, she's on that team. Oh yeah, I've, talked to her before. She's really good. And it allows people not only to advocate for you, but you can take a minute and say, wait, you're working on that? I'm working on this too. How can we synergize and make it easier on both of our ends and work together? Collaboration, it's not easy for a lot of people. In school, they have us a lot in team projects. And if you're one of those individuals that just sit back and let the team, take lead, this might not be an easy task for you. If you were one of those people that needed to take lead on the project and basically did the whole project yourself and didn't allow anyone to have a point of view, this might not be an easy task for you too. But I promise you, challenge yourself. Maybe this quarter, maybe this year, try meeting at least 3 people outside of your department, and not even on hey, I'm an engineer and I do this. Just, hey, I'm Kayla. Nice to meet you. I've been at this company X amount of times. I love your hair. I love your jacket. Create some meaningful relations and just watch how it takes you. And then come back to k.marietv on Instagram. Come back to this clip and let me know, has it worked out for you? Do you already incorporate these type of relationships in your role now, and do you see some type of success? And I know a lot of people, me included, there's a thin line between my work relationships and my friends' relationships, as it should be. But that doesn't mean you don't need to create those beneficial relationships, and that doesn't mean that those relationships cannot benefit you within your career. Another tip and technique that has really changed the game in terms of my progression within my career at such a fast pace is learning. Like I said in the intro, I am a nerd, babes. I loves to learn. And at first, I used to be shy saying that, but learning and being able to provide insights to your team is so invaluable. The main thing you want to be on your team is invaluable. I cannot have done this without this person on my team. That's what you want your manager, that's what you want your leadership team to say about you when you are not in the room. Something I like to do in terms of my industry is in the morning or after all my meetings, I love listening to an industry podcast, an industry webinar, or even something that might fall outside of my wheelhouse a little bit and share that insight with my team or something that might be resourceful. Another tip and trick too, subscribe to all the relevant newsletters you can. There's a lot of them. Trust me, I should know it in my role. There is a lot of industry newsletters you can sign up to, and they provide so much valuable information that even though it might not be relevant to you right now, something you keep in the back of your mind, bring it up when needed, but also sharing with your team members that I might not work with in social media, but I saw this trend in social media that might help you when planning. That even goes back to that relationship building, right? So much synergies, and that can just allow you to progress in your career like crazy. Um, I'd say the last point I want to touch on in terms of techniques that have helped me within my career is business development. And a lot of people do not like to be involved within the business. Once I clock out at 5, I'm done. But what's going to make you stand out? What's going to make someone outside of your team advocate for you? I strongly believe it's business development. Whether it's a committee, whether it's a squad, outside of your designated team is key. Because again, you want people to be able to advocate for you and know you. And it doesn't have to be role related. It doesn't have to be, oh, that's the marketing manager. She's so good at making her campaigns. It could be as, oh, that's Kayla. She's really kind. That's simple. Right now at my current role, I just joined the committee in terms of the foundation, and I'm going to start helping volunteer efforts. So maybe coming into work a little bit early and helping set up for a volunteer event, maybe recruiting people to sign up for a volunteer event. That's how I get involved. And it might look different within your company, might look different within your business, but there is something, I guarantee there's something within your company that you can get involved in, whether that's even helping another colleague, I don't know, do audit. Like just getting involved in helping your business, the overall business develop. Trust when I say this, you will be a star within your career. And it doesn't have to be a big time commitment. It could literally be an hour a month. An hour a month you don't have to give yourself to help your career grow and thrive. On top of that, not even just helping your career, you can gain new experience. You don't have to do a whole job change or job role to try a new experience to say, whoa, I really like event planning. Maybe I could see if event planning can be within my career moving forward. So much value within business development, and it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Hey, I adore personally being a trustee, an advocate, and a resource to my team. So working across different business aspects, being that resource and being committed to your company shows immense potential. Resume builder, LinkedIn booster, things you want to really level up in your career. So, out of all the 7 things I just went over, time blocking, reporting, brainstorming sessions, learning, relationships, and business development, what can you implement this year to help your career really thrive? I am so passionate about careers, so I'm excited to talk more about this on the show. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want to incorporate, and we will jump back into another episode and talk more about how to level up your LinkedIn. But for now, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm so excited to continue this journey with you. All right, have a good one. Bye.